Vertigo stole years from my life, all because doctors failed to ask one simple question. To be fair, it took me 9 years to ask myself that one simple question. If you or someone you know suffers from undiagnosed vertigo, and all the common causes of vertigo such as benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, labyrinthitis, Meniere's disease and brain issues have been tested for and eliminated, then watch this video. It just might help. Disclaimer: I am not a doctor or a medical expert of any kind. I am simply sharing my personal story. Some years ago, I experienced a sudden onset of vertigo while driving home from work. Suddenly the sky was below and the road was above. My world was topsy-turvy and turning over and over. I pulled my car to the side of the road and shut my eyes. When I opened them, the wild spinning and turning had stopped, but I felt like it could begin again at any moment. Feeling like I was on a boat in rough seas, I managed somehow to drive home. The next morning, I phoned my doctor and made an urgent appointment. I explained that my eyes felt like they were not working together. In addition, I had a few symptoms of vestibular disorder: dizziness, feeling off balance, anxiety, fear. First, my doctor checked me for inner ear causes. No problems there. Then, to test my eye movement, the doctor had me follow the pencil with my eyes while keeping my head straight ahead. He said that my eyes seemed to be working together as far as he could tell. A brain scan was ordered. No luck. Then the doctor sent me to an ophthalmologist, a neurologist, and a neuro-ophthalmologist. All failed to find the source of my vertigo. I continued to suffer from this debilitating condition for several years. Some days were better than others, but eventually it got so bad that I had to quit my job and stay home because I was unable to even walk across the street without feeling ill and falling down. Then one day I got so frustrated with being housebound that I decided to take a walk outside using my bicycle as a walker. After several blocks, I had to give up and go back home because I felt so sick. I thought I would have to try another round of doctors, and I wondered how I might more accurately describe my symptoms to assist a doctor in diagnosing my problem. Once again, I came back to the sensation that my eyes were not working together. Inside my apartment, the vertigo was tolerable, but once outside, the symptoms became intolerable. That's when I had my moment of clarity. I asked myself, if my eyes are not working together, then what would happen if I only used one eye and covered the other? I went outside and covered my left eye with my hand. I waited, maybe 15 minutes, and I began to feel a change. The off-balance sensation faded away. Keeping my eye covered, I decided to try walking around the block. Success! My suspicion that the cause of my vertigo was related to my eyes was confirmed. Plus, I now had a way of having some control over the symptoms, albeit at the cost of my depth perception. A trade-off I would gladly make. The inequality between my two eyes was related to the ability to focus on distances. That is why my vertigo was mild indoors. In my apartment, I mostly just felt a little off balance, but as soon as I ventured out of doors, my symptoms got much worse. What had happened to my eyes that could have brought on this condition? In the years prior to the onset of my vertigo, I had experienced a retinal detachment in my right eye. The surgery to repair that detachment was a success. Following that surgery, I had gotten a post-operation cataract. On advice of my doctor and to give my retina more time to heal, I waited another 2 years before having cataract surgery with a lens implant set for distance. Finally, as a result of these procedures, my right eye was restored to a perfectly clear 20/20 vision. Many people as they age can develop cataracts, and usually they will have both eyes operated on to remove those cataracts with only a short time between operations. In my case, because of the retinal detachment, I had needed cataract surgery in only one eye. This set up a visual inequality between my two eyes. That inequality would only get worse as the years passed. The vision in my left eye changed due to aging, and a cataract began to form. Eventually, the disparity between my two eyes reached a tipping point and triggered my visual vertigo. Well, that was my theory anyway. If my theory was correct, then having cataract surgery on my left eye, along with a lens implant that would match the lens that had been implanted in my right eye, should remove that vision inequality and cure my vertigo. The only way to find out for sure would be to have that cataract surgery. However, in order to have my medical insurance cover the expense of surgery, I would have to wait until the cataract in my left eye progressed sufficiently to qualify as a medically necessary procedure. That took a couple more years. In August of 2021, I had the cataract surgery for my left eye. The surgery was done in the same hospital as my right eye surgery 12 years earlier. The surgeon was the same surgeon who had done my right eye. I requested that my left eye receive a lens implant that would exactly match the lens implant in my right eye. The surgery was a success, and my visual vertigo has been permanently cured. When I first came down with vertigo, I told every doctor I saw that my eyes felt like they were not working together. Not one of those doctors asked me to try covering one of my eyes just to see what would happen if I only used one eye. That one simple question might have spared me years of crippling dizziness. Such a simple thing to try. I wish I had thought of it sooner. More recently, my own research has indicated that the symptoms I experienced align with a rare condition known as Binocular Vision Dysfunction, or BVD. BVD is generally described as a misalignment of the eyes, a difference in the focusing power of the eyes, or a lack of coordination between the eyes. When the eyes are misaligned, the brain receives conflicting information from each eye. As a result, BVD can cause the person to feel dizzy, lightheaded, nauseous, and experience motion sickness and vertigo. BVD is something that doctors can't always detect with just a standard eye exam, so keep that in mind and mention it to your doctor if you're having these symptoms. Anyway, that's my story. I hope some of you found this story helpful.